Welcome back to Lauderhill TV. I am your host, Millissa Jayne, and I'm so excited to invite up to the show our guest for today. Well, it's good to have you. Thank you so much for making time out of your busy schedule to be on the show. We are very excited. All right, so we're going to get started by just having you introduce yourself and what do you do in Broward County?
So thank you so much, Melissa, and thank you for having us here tonight. I am the new, well, I guess I'm 6 months old now, transit director, general manager, chief executive officer for the transit system here in Broward County and for the county transportation department.
Oh, excellent. So you're a new position. How are you settling in?
I am settling in. It's not only a new position for me, Melissa, but it's also a new environment for me. I'm not from here. I
Oh,
came from a system in Washington, D.C. called Metro
mhm.
and was had an opportunity to come here. I love it here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I work with so many great people. We have fabulous riders. And I really enjoy being here. And also, we've got a lot on tap for the future that I can't wait to tell everybody about.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, welcome to South Florida. All right. So let me just go ahead and welcome those who are tuned in. And please, guys, go ahead and share once more if you haven't already. Like the post on YouTube as well. And let people know that we're here. Watching from Bangladesh, welcome to the show. Jilu, welcome to the show and welcome tuning in from Bangladesh. I didn't know we had an international audience today. Usually we have the UK or New York, but Bangladesh, that's the first for us. Ooh, we're on the move. Madeline, our translator, our Creole translator, is in the room. She's going to come up towards the end of the show and give us a summary and let me know if that's still on for tonight, darling. Good evening, MJ. Welcome to our amazing LTV viewers. Share, share, share. Thank you so much. And some Creole language there. I'm not even going to try that. Welcome to you, and welcome to Marcia. I know who that is, Marcia. Come on in. Tell people that we're here. Good to see you as well, you ladies, on Saturday. All right. So we have Corey with us today. She's from Broward County Transportation. Now, there's something big coming through the city of Lauderhill, and it's going to make a big difference. Can you tell us what that is, Corey?
Yes, so it is exciting, it's fabulous, and it's wonderful. And what we're doing is Broward County in general is introducing a new group, a service category called premium service. And the majority of the program actually will be in Lauderhill. So a lot of the routes will go through Lauderhill, which we are really excited to be able to bring the Lauderhill. It's going to mean that the trips will be easier, faster, and feel a lot better. And so we're introducing new types of service from light rail and commuter rail and bus rapid transit and new high capacity or high frequency bus service. So
Well,
yeah,
that's
we're
wonderful.
super excited.
That is wonderful, and you have actually prepared some information for us. So I'm going to have you talk a little bit first about the commuter rail. Let's get started with that.
Sure. So, we do have in Broward County and in South East Florida, we do have commuter rail through Tri-Rail. And we also have Brightline, which operates kind of what we call in the industry an intercity service. It's not really commuter service, but right now, because on the eastern side of the county, it's the only train service that we have. So they have some commuter rail like stops. And so the Brightline service operates between Miami. Eventually, it's going to Orlando. They will be opening soon. It's pretty exciting. I literally had a meeting with them today, and they are super excited about that new service opening in Orlando. And so for us, what it means is we're going to have three commuter rail stations starting off in Broward County, and we will connect with Miami-Dade, and people will be able to travel from Broward all the way into Miami, and Miami back into Fort Lauderdale initially.
Okay.
And we'll have stops at in Hollywood and at the airport, and then near the Broward Health Care Facility in Fort Lauderdale. Eventually, we will cross the river and the New River, and then we'll go north to a lot of the cities there. So the intent is to have a county line service for Broward County residents that will connect eventually with our colleagues up to the north in West Palm or Palm Beach, and then down to the south in Miami with Miami-Dade.
Excellent. We have some really, really great work ahead of you to get that all in place. Could you talk about the progression? Even before we get into that, let's go through some of the slides that you have prepared. Let me stick to the script, shall I?
No, you are so fine. No, we are just so happy to be here and have an opportunity to speak to your listeners. Really, this is something that's been baking for a very, very long time, Millissa. Essentially, back in 2018, the residents of Broward County made a very smart decision to address mobility concerns in Broward County. And as you know, there's traffic everywhere, right? And so there was a surtax that was passed, penny sales tax, that is funding these transportation improvements that I'm going to talk about. And the residents had the foresight to look at not only new service and the capital investments that are needed for that new service, but to also look at the long-term operation and maintenance costs and to make sure that was funded. So what's really exciting about where we are today is that we've got 15 years ahead of us. And during that 15 years, we'll be bringing on new service. As I mentioned, the commuter rail, the light rail, and the bus rapid transit and high frequency service. The overall build out when we're done is going to represent about 200 miles of new premium service. And there's about 11 miles of commuter rail. There's about 20 plus miles of light rail. There'll be 76 miles of bus rapid transit. And then we'll have over 100 miles of high frequency bus service. And so we'll also have new facilities for our employees so that when they fix the buses and make the repairs to our equipment, they'll be in state-of-the-art facilities to make sure that that equipment operates safely. We always make sure that our equipment operates safely, but at the same time, we'll have better equipment to continue to do that.
Awesome. Excellent. All right, so let's take a look at some of the slides that we have prepared, shall we? And go through anything that we may have missed. So just tell me next, or if we've already sure. Covered it. Yeah. All right.
So really, the bottom line, the strategy is to make sure that there's transit available to everybody. I mean, at the end of the day, next slide, please. Mm-hmm. And, the goals of the PREMO program are to make sure that we improve mobility for everybody in Broward County. But essentially what we want to make sure is we integrate and serve those communities. And Lauderhill is one of the premier communities that we will serve and continue, and we serve today, right? So a large portion of our ridership comes from Lauderhill. And we are so appreciative of that dedicated ridership base. And we're going to be offering that new service that I just mentioned to you. We're looking to make sure that the service is equitable, that there's solutions that everybody can take advantage of. We want to be good environmental stewards. It's important that we take care of our planet, and that's part of what we're doing here. And then we want to make sure that there's economic opportunities for all as part of the development of this program. So as you can imagine, this is a major public works investment. There's going to be lots of jobs. The American Public Transit Association, which is the trade organization that we are a part of, they estimate for every $1 billion that you invest in transit over the life of that asset, you throw off about 49,000 jobs. And so for this program, what I'm going to, in future slides talk about, it's a $4.3 billion investment right now. That's what we anticipate spending. Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes. And it's for the betterment of Broward County.
Betterment of Broward County, smack in the middle of in Lauderhill.
That's right.
Julia Louis Span from Kiwani, she says, greetings. This is very good news. Thank you. That's what Lauderhill TV is all about, bringing good news. Let's go on to the next slide. What we gain.
Yeah, so I talked a little bit about this earlier, but just as a reminder, we're looking at about 200 miles of new premium service. We anticipate that we'll have an annual ridership of about 23 million on this service. We will have a 100% electric bus fleet, which is a tremendous accomplishment. We right now are a combination of diesel and electric. We have 12 electric buses that are in service right now, operating on the streets of Broward County. And we want to make sure that we're as green as possible. So we're going all electric, and we're excited. So these new modes that I just talked about, all of them will be electric with the exception of the commuter rail. The commuter rail, it's a little challenging to start off with electric options there. So we're going to start off with what's existing now, which is pretty much diesel. And then eventually at some point in time, we may have an opportunity to go electric on the commuter rail as technology changes.
Okay. All right.
And so
just before you get into that, so guys, those who are tuned in, please go ahead and share it with 1 or 2 people, 3 or 4, 5 or 6, just to let people know that we're actually giving some good news here and some good information. Don't be afraid to share, and don't be afraid to like as well. Let people know that what we're talking about here, because this is good news. You might not hear about some of these things, you know, mainstream or everywhere. So just take advantage of it and tell somebody else. All right. Go ahead, Coree.
So we do have a plan, and if you could turn to the next slide, please. So this is what the network looks like, Millissa, and all the listeners out there and viewers. So we're talking about, as I mentioned, commuter rail service. So that's that yellow line on the map here, and that'll connect, us with Miami initially, and then up to Palm Beach County. And then the yellow lines represent our the green lines represent our high frequency bus service. And that's 100 miles of new service. The pink line in the middle, which is maybe salmon on your TVs or your computer screens, but that is our light rail line. And that line actually will connect the Seaport, Airport, and Convention Center initially. Which will be a tremendous benefit to people who go to in that area that are trying to get to jobs, that are trying to avoid traffic, and that's going to be huge. So I can't wait for that to open, and we're looking at that happening in 2028. But eventually that line over time will go all the way out to Sawgrass Mills Mall.
Okay.
And yep. So that'll be very exciting. And as you can see on the map, it goes right through Lauderhill. So
and it goes down to the beach, is that right?
And it goes down to the beach. Yep.
So that would be good.
I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. That one doesn't go to the beach, but we do have lines that do go to the beach.
Okay.
And so we have like our BRT lines on Oakland Park Boulevard, on Sunrise. It'll, take care of that for us. Yes.
All right. Next one.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And this is it all by itself. So the previous slide kind of showed the existing footprint of our current network, and this is just the Premo plan as a standalone. Next slide, please.
Okie dokie.
So this is the Broward County Commuter Rail. I already talked about that. Next slide, please.
All right.
And this is the Airport Seaport connector. This is going to be about 3 miles. It's about $1 billion investment to get this up and running. And, I know that these numbers sound large. I get it. But the reality is, with these types of public works investments, it costs quite a bit of money because we're starting from scratch in this case. There is no rail there. There's nothing. And so we're going to have to build the infrastructure. We're going to have to buy the equipment, and we're going to have to also build a maintenance facility to support it. And so that's expensive, unfortunately, but at the end of the day, we'll have better service for everybody.
All right.
Next slide. Okay, and this is just a continuation of what I talked about earlier about taking that line initially, starting there at the Airport, Seaport, and Convention Center, and then going all the way out to Sawgrass Mills Mall. Next slide. And this is the service along Oakland Boulevard. Here you go. This is your sawgrass to seagrass moment, right?
Okay. All right.
So anybody wanting to go to the beach, just hop on the VRT and it'll take you there. Next
So
slide.
that'll definitely be good for tourists, right? To do
Tourists?
shopping at Sawgrass and then down to the beach to chill out.
Yeah. Or residents, right? Anybody
Yes.
that lives here or that wants to do the same thing. Okay. Imagine going Christmas shopping at Sawgrass Mills Mall and not having to drive and not having to find parking. Right?
That's good.
That's a good one, right? Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, and then this is along State Route 7. This is where all these services come together, and you can see the beauty of it all. So, you know, you've got to the north your high frequency bus service. You've got your bus rapid transit on the bottom, which basically just means that we'll have buses that don't stop at every corner. They have dedicated stations, and they will have priority at traffic lights and wherever feasible, their own bus lanes. So they can run through traffic faster than if you're in a car.
Okay.
And this is the service along University Drive as well.
All right.
And this is along Commercial Boulevard. And this is one of those sawgrass moments as well. Next slide, please. And then this is along Sunrise Boulevard. So you've got that combination of our bus rapid transit and our light rail service all together.
All right, so there's a lot of great information there. And of course, guys, we know that there's a lot of information. We don't expect you to see everything and be able to pick it all up. It's all available on the website. So when I come back, I'm going to give you the links to the website, and we'll just talk a little bit more. So Julia Lewis Span, that's great. That's great. Agreed. Ride to the beach and not having to find parking, right? It's so hard to find parking. It's half of the time when you go down to the beach, especially at the weekends, right? So sometimes you're like, forget it, I can't be bothered. I'm gonna swim in my pool instead of go down to the beach when you really wanted to go to the beach.
Yes.
All right, so don't go too far, guys. Tell somebody about it. We're still here. We're gonna take a very, very short break. When we come back, I'm actually gonna play something from PREMO. So 30 seconds, guys. We'll be right back.
Broward County Transit is changing the way Broward County connects. Introducing PREMO, our new premium mobility plan, delivering over 200 miles of premium transit services with 8 east-west corridors and 6 north-south corridors, providing everyday transportation to places that matter most. Connecting Broward County's 3 major economic engines, the airport, seaport, and convention center. Broward County Transit's PREMO, the future of transit, is here. To learn more, visit premo.broward.org.
Definitely. Premo.broward.org. Let me just go ahead and pull that up right now. Premo.broward.org. I had the link somewhere, but let me go ahead and pull this up right now. And it's really a great website. Now, you've been quite detailed with this website. Again, welcome back, Coree, to the show. Welcome to you, Kiva, for watching as well. Thank you for joining us. The website is very, very detailed. Could you talk a little bit about the website itself?
Sure. I mean, it's a one-stop location for all the information you need about to know about the PREMO program. And so we have some static information there about, the services, the future, what they're going to look like, how they're going to function, some of the characteristics of the service from an educational perspective. So if you have children at home and they're curious about what transit does and how it works, it'd be a great website for them to visit and take some time with. And then we have our interactive virtual room that you can get through the website, and you can go into a room and you can actually see things unfold and go station to station to station to understand how the PREMO program is going to look and when it's going to be on board and what the service is going to look like. So we encourage everybody that's out there that's curious to please visit our website, because I think it's very informative. And Millissa has promised me that she'll have us back, and I hope she will. I have no doubt that she will. As we move forward with the program, the website will keep everyone informed of new events, and we'll come back and talk about them too.
Definitely. I mean, it's a 15-year project program. It outlines the timeline right here. And, all the links that are here on the right-hand side, you can just explore. And where was the interactive session again? Section. Do you remember which section is
that? Should be on there. I'm trying to see that here.
I can't remember where I saw that, because I was on it and I was playing around with that virtual section, and I forgot now where that is.
Okay, so I'm gonna phone a friend. She's gonna come into the screen here. This is Lynn. She works with me.
Hi, Lynn.
Hello. And so Lynn, this is her baby, and so she can tell us where to go here.
Yeah.
Actually, we transferred all of the elements of the virtual interactive room into the links. So each one of the stations of the virtual interactive room is now one of those links that you were playing around with on the side where you can click into everything.
Okay, so let me go to learn about the PREMO plan. Will I find the interactive thing here, or it's just you're just going through each?
Yeah. So when you click into each one of the links, then it talks over it and it walks you through the whole presentation, just like the interactive room did.
Okay, got you. All right. So at your leisure, please, guys, go and explore. You'll see all the information there. It's laid out very, very nicely, and you can get a feel of what's thank you, Lynn, of what's happening through the city. We really appreciate that. Let me just ask one more question here. Let me just go back to my notes. What does this really mean as far as jobs and opportunities for Lauderhill?
Yeah, and so there's going to be tremendous opportunities. So programs like this have a bunch of jobs, right? And there's a bunch of small business opportunities. So if you think about it, somebody's got to design it and figure out how it's going to look and feel and how it's going to move. And so there are engineering jobs, there's architectural jobs, there are secretarial, administrative jobs, there are analytical jobs, there are all kinds of jobs, right? Just getting ready to do the building. And then when we go into construction, there's all kinds of jobs, right? Every trade has to be represented there. There's also security jobs. There are cleaning jobs to keep the sites, keep the dust and things off of the roads. And there'll be, mechanics that are needed to fix the equipment. And that's more of a longer term. And then when we go into operations, then we'll need equipment operators, we'll need mechanics to fix it. We'll need supervisors to manage the folks that are doing that work. And so it's huge. It really is huge. And so, like I said earlier, with every billion, you get 49,000 jobs. This is going to be huge for Broward County. And Lauderhill is at the right there at the center of everything.
That's awesome. LSJ Media Productions, that's LaRue Sarvis. He works with youth, and he has a youth program to help the youth with technology and so forth. He's asking, how about aerial drones operations?
Okay, so, right now, so far, we are on the ground. But I am not at all saying that at some future time we won't go aerial. There are, I believe it or not, I recently was at a conference and they were talking about like these aerial kind of helicopter-ish, not quite drones, but a little bigger than that. And they were autonomous at that, right? But they have a pilot in it that is there just in case, right? So we're not there yet, but it's on the horizon in the transit industry, and I can't wait to explore it.
All right, guys, if you have any questions, you got like 1 or 2 minutes to ask them. I had a question come in earlier about Brightline. Is this related to Brightline at all? And they were talking about going through Orlando. What's the story?
Sure. So this is truly exciting for Brightline. So Brightline, thank you for the question. I actually literally had a meeting with them today. So wow. Because we are going to be partnering and bring the service to everybody here. But the Brightline service is just a little different, right? Because they're going all the way to, from Miami all the way to Orlando. It's what we call in the industry intercity service. because it just goes longer distance, right, between stops. Whereas with the commuter rail, we're going, 3 to 5 miles or more, just a little more between our stops. And so you just get to stop more, pick up more people as you go. And so the longer hauls, that's Brightline. The shorter trips are us. And so that's the difference between the two. But they are anxious to get that service up and running in Orlando, or to Orlando. And I'm sure it'll be available soon.
Wonderful. One more question I see coming here. How long will the trip take from Broward to Orlando? Is that too early to ask that question yet?
So this is really a better question for Brightline. And so what I encourage you to do is to visit their website and check out. They apparently have a lot of information there. I personally haven't been there, but I'm told that it's very informative, and you can figure out from a trip planning perspective how long it would take to get there. But I think it's maybe an hour and a half, if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that. Just check out the website, please.
All right. So again, we will bring you back, because I'm curious to see how this project will progress. So let me just ask you one question. Now, I know that you have a team of people, and you split up the duties. Some people go to different cities to go and present what you're doing here. You presented this to the Lauderhill City Commission. Have you personally spent time in Lauderhill? And if so, do you have a favorite restaurant that you can recommend that you like?
Yes. So first of all, I love Lauderhill, and only being here for 6 months, I've spent a lot of time in Lauderhill. So cool. One of the restaurants that's my favorite is Donna's. The food is delicious.
Yes.
And coming from the Washington, D.C. area, we don't have, well, let me not say that. There's a variety of food options there, but by far it's better here. So Donna's winning there. My other most favorite place in Lauderhill is our Lauderhill Transit Center. I'm a little biased on that one. And I just want to share with people, in case they don't know, we just received this year an award for our sustainability efforts at the Lauderhill Transit Center. And so we got, for the first one in the entire country, a award for making that facility a gold facility. And so it's LED certified as gold, which is huge. It is a beautiful facility. It's very architecturally interesting, and it serves quite a few of our passengers and residents of Lauderhill. And it's right there at the mall. Yeah. And so if you haven't been there, please come check us out. There's a lot of great stuff happening there.
Wonderful. Lauderhill TV is going to have to go there. Madeline, let's get ready for a road trip, girl.
Road trip. Live cast from Lauderhill.
All right.
Transit Center.
That's the truth, says Madeline says Lauderhill loves you right back. And
thank you.
Says, that's the truth. All right, we're running a little bit over time. I see. I knew that the time would go so quickly, right, Coree?
Yes, it did, Millissa. You said that.
It has been my pleasure to welcome you to the show. I will definitely have you back again very, very soon as things progress. I bid you a good night, and thank you once again. And also thanks to Lynn.
Yes, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Yay, Lynn.
Excellent. Is she gonna peep around?
Yeah, come on, Lynn. Come say hi to everybody.
Come on, Lynn. Say good night. Say good night. Bye, Lynn. Thank you so much. All right, bye, ladies. Take care.
Okay, thank you for everything. Bye-bye.
Be in touch. Thank you.